Guys, today I'm gonna talk about how to approach pricing of American type options or options that have discrete cash flows. So let's see. Or options with discrete cash flows. First, I'll talk about American type options, and extending it to options with discrete cash flows is relatively easy. The key part of American options is that they can be exercised at any time at or before expiration. All stock options in the United States are American type. Typically, you don't find European type options unless it's a customized derivative with an investment bank. This feature implies that there is no exact formula for the price of the options. Hence, they need to be handled with numerical methods. What we will do is to construct what we call trinomial price tree and use that to calculate or rather approximate the value of the option. We have similar problem when we have an asset that has cash flows in discrete times, such as dividends. There is no exact solution to that differential equation, hence we need to do it using the tree. Once we construct the tree without thinking about the dividends, adjusting that tree to dividends is rather easy. All you have to do is shift the tree down by the amount of dividends. Now let's kind of go over the approach. The rough idea is you start with a certain price, the current price now. We're going to think about dividing the time between now and that's the maturity. Can you guys see that, by the way? I can use a different color. Let's use white. Okay. We're going to divide that time period into such small sub-periods or moments. In each of those moments, there could possibly be only three possible new prices. At this point, I'm just going to act as if one of them is to stay constant, go up a little bit, go down a little bit. Okay. So this is time period. Let's say we divide by n subperiods. So this is for time period. Oops, sorry. T over n. So if t is 1 year, that would be 1 over n years. If n is 10,000, think about how small of a period that is. Then in each of these periods, let's see if you guys can see the reds. They could stay the same, or they could go down, or they could go up. So this is time period 2t over n. We call this a recombining tree. It makes calculations a lot easier. Otherwise, in every period, number of new points is just 2. So 1 point, 3 points, 5 points, 7 points, and so on. So next period, let's do white again. You just add 2 new extreme points. You go on like that, okay? So we have 2 things to decide, or a few things to decide. The amount of price moves and probability of making those moves. And I'm sitting right here at time 0. At time t over n, let's say t is 1 over n, it's so small that only 3 things can happen. But what could happen is random. So what are the chances that it's going to be the middle move, up move, or down move? So we need to decide on those. And we also need to decide, what's those numbers. To make things kind of simple, we will actually construct a tree for the transform of the price. Once we have that tree, we will invert that transform and obtain the tree for the stock price or whatever the underlying is. If you're doing exchange rates, if you're doing wheat prices, what have you.